here, bright and early on a Thursday. Today's Thursday. All right, so why are we getting into this trade? Well, you get a brick wall up here. 92% chance of holding this zone. 85%. Anything greater than 90 is like a brick wall. And price a lot of times likes to move away from it, okay? But I got a super tight stop loss right here. Super duper tight stop loss. I'm only in 5 micros here. But we like tiny risk, larger reward, okay? Trading across 5 accounts. We got an A setup to the downside on the Ultimate Trading Assistant. If you don't have this on your chart, man, let me tell you, what it's doing is it's going through our entire checklist that we look for to take a setup. And then it's going to grade each one of those things. And then it's ultimately going to give you no setup, a B setup, or an A setup. And right now we have an A plus setup to the downside on the Ultimate Trading Assistant. You can see it gives you this alert right here. An A plus setup. Imagine if you had a trading assistant on your screen telling you when you have a no setup, a B setup, because you want to know when a setup's about to happen, and then an A plus setup. Unbelievable. This thing, you got to get it on your charts. It is an absolute game changer. Okay. The Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction. What do I mean by that? If you see pink, it will most likely sink. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. Okay? If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Beautiful buy signal, beautiful sell signal, beautiful sell signal, beautiful buy signal. Okay? Beautiful sell signal. We don't get into gray candles. Gray candles means indecision or reversal. Okay? All right, let me clean up my chart. I wasn't even going to record a trade, and then I saw this one come up, and I said, let me jump in on this thing. Okay? So tiny risk. We're across 5 accounts right now. The old Maverick Multi-X right here. 5 traders. Think of these as traders. T1 through T5. Boy, I can't draw this morning. Let's see here. Let's give this another shot. T1 through T5. All right. These are algorithms, but think of them as different traders, and they all have a completely different style. Okay, and they are voting across 6 time frames every single tick. So imagine if I put you in the room, okay, with 5 other traders, and they were casting their vote every single tick across 6 time frames. Do you think that would give you some confidence and some edge? Yeah, for sure, right? For sure. The bear bull indicator I have down here, but what the bear bull is saying is that the bears have been in control for the last 20 minutes. This is deciding who's in control, the bears or the bulls. And I used to keep it really small on the bottom of my charts, and I'm like, I need to add that in. It's such an awesome indicator. All these indicators come in the Ultimate Trading, the Ultimate Edge bundle. Okay. And then we got these zones here. You're probably wondering what this is. This is the Maverick zones. What it does is it auto draws your support and resistance zones. Okay. And as you get close, as price gets closer to the zone, it gives you this probability score. Gives you this probability score of this zone holding or breaking. Okay, so how cool is it that, number one, we don't have to draw our zones anymore, and number 2, gives you this super cool probability score, so you can have confidence knowing that, is it going to hold or is it going to break? Now, we had like a 95% chance of holding here, so we don't even have a score anymore because price is too far from the zone. Okay, so once the price gets too far from the zone, it stops calculating because, you know, if you had a zone way up here, price is way down here. You don't need a score here. Okay, so we're not going to use computing power to figure out a score there, if that makes sense. All right. All right, so again, we have the ultimate trading assistant, the Maverick Radar, A+ setup to the downside. Okay, now you're getting in between an A and a B setup because where are you at? The first minute and the last minute of a 5-minute turn. First minute and the last minute of a 5-minute turn, I sit on my hands. I do nothing. We do nothing the first minute and the last minute of a 5-minute turn. Why is that? Okay, because this thing's moving so slow. I probably have a little bit of time here to tell you why. Let me remove that. Okay, so what time is it now? It's 7:50. So from 7:49 to 7:51, I don't touch my mouse. I try not to. Sometimes I do. If price is moving with great velocity, then I will. I believe this minute, the last minute of a 5-minute turn, is where they want to throw off the retail traders on where price is going to go next. And then the first minute of the new 5-minute turn, I believe there's so much misdirection, stop loss grabbing from the retail trader, all that stuff. So, all right, so again, where am I really targeting here? Probably targeting this zone right here. And see how many times we've touched it? Touched it multiple times back here. This is 20 minutes of touches. Okay, just look at, let me erase this. Let me go here. I mean, look how many times it touched. Right to the zone, right to the zone, almost right to the zone and right to the zone. Okay, so let me move my stop loss up. Okay. It'd be really cool if we could come down to this zone here. Sorry, you can't see my P&L. I'll try and slide over my, yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're trading across 5 accounts. So whatever you're seeing here, you got to times it by 5. You got to times it by 5, if you could see it. There you go. So we're up about $500 right now. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What I would love to do is come close to, there we go. Let me get this stop loss out of the way. It's driving me nuts. And then let me remove that drawing. Okay. Again, all 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. All 5 traders have a completely different style. So when they're agreeing, whew, we got to be careful. We're coming into the zone and we've tapped it this many times. We got to not ask the world of this trade, right? All right. Add 3 more. Wait for it to retrace a little bit. Okay. Change this to 8. Confirm. Now, if it keeps, oh, that's a weak score. 59% chance of holding. Anything less than 90% is fair game for breaking. So that's really interesting. Interesting. A little bit more of a, so if you see pink, it will most likely sink. Pink is your strongest downside data candle. This is giving you a look underneath the hood. How do I stay out of chop? Don't get into gray candles. How do I stay out of chop? Don't get into gray candles. 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 How do I stay out of chop? Don't get into gray candles. Okay? I mean, it's crazy. Don't do it. All right. Let's go here. Let's move 10 drawings. This thing's heating up. Okay, if we can pull 200 bucks out of this thing, that'd be cool. And it'd be $1,000 day, right? Because we're trading across 5 accounts. Ooh, up confidence arrow keeps popping in and out. These arrows are just to let you know you're moving in the right direction. All right. All right, there we go. Boom. That's what's up. Okay. Now, look. Look. Okay. So there's our $1,000 day. Was that hard? So look, why did I want to close it? Well, first off, I only go for about 200 bucks, right, per account, because when you have that many prop accounts, you don't want to risk trying to do home runs and then you blow like 5 prop accounts at once. Well, here's what I want to show to you. Okay, so we just did what? $213, right? Okay, we just did $213 times. We just did 5 accounts, prop accounts. So I don't know how long that, but see how it keeps pushing? But I'm not trying to get a home run. So where are we at? We're at 1,065 bucks. Okay? We just did $1,065. I'll just put it right there. We just did $1,065. And I know some folks are going, oh, it's still pushing. I mean, gosh, we'd be up 2 G's right now. We'd be up 2 G's. Maybe 2,500 bucks. Okay? But I like small risk, high reward, and look, this is a dang good day. I also had to be careful because look, 1, 2, 3, 4 times this thing is just tap this level and then retrace back up. Why would I give back $1,000 to try and hit a home run? This is a consistent method. Okay, so look at this thing just pushing down. What did I tell you? This is a weak zone. We had a weak zone. I called it. I said we could just push right there. There's a weak zone. Rewind the recording and go watch it. Okay, so why was this such a great trade? I'm not saying I took a great trade. I'm not the best trader. I just have really good indicators here with the Maverick indicators. We had hot pink candles, your strongest downside data candle. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. We're running a formula underneath the hood to see it's very complex, but it doesn't matter. What it's doing is you're looking under the hood to look at the severity of the buyers and the sellers and a ton of indication around that, okay? So this is like having X-ray vision is what I like to say. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Look at that buy signal too you had in here. It just flew right up. This is a huge move in oil. Even this guy, it looks like it's only like 3 candles. This is crazy money right here. And it's the middle of the night, okay? Could you scalp in the middle of the night? Yeah, you sure can. Can you scalp in the middle of the night? Yeah, you sure can. Even when the market's barely moving in the middle of the night, can you scalp? Yeah, look at this, okay? These are huge moves. I just have it squinched. And look, now my drawing's all off. But if you see pink, it will most likely sink, okay? So really, really cool stuff. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Bright green, bright green. This is edge, folks. This is absolute edge. All right, so let me just walk through this one last time, and then I'll... Oh my gosh, look at this thing. Yep, we'd probably be up about, because I added 3 more contracts, we'd probably be up about 2,500 bucks right now. It's okay. I'll take my G. We're going to trade some. We're going to trade off the open as well. But this is pre-market. This is 7:59 a.m. All right. Why were we in this trade? First things first. The ultimate trading assistant is giving you an A+ setup to the downside. This is a game changer. It only costs the the Ultimate Edge Bundle. The Ultimate Edge Bundle, all our indicators work on NinjaTrader and TradingView, okay? A+ setup to the downside. Hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink, okay? All these down confidence arrows right here. Beautiful, 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 okay? All 5 traders were voting bearish across 6 time frames the entire time. All 5 traders who have a completely different style trading bearish across every single tick. They are voting across 6 time frames, and you can set these time frames for whatever you want, depending. Oh my gosh, another confidence hero. Weak zone. Oh my gosh. Okay, so another cool thing, another cool indicator that comes in the Ultimate Edge Bundle is the Bear Bull indicator, and the Bear Bull is looking at who's in charge. The bears. Look how that lines up here. Hot pink candles. The bears are in control. I just love it. And then when the bulls are in control, it'll go tick by tick and tell you when the bulls are in control. When the bears are in control. Bears in control. Bulls in control. Some people just trade this indicator from the Ultimate Edge Bundle on their charts. I like to keep it nice and neat down here and just keep an eye on it. That's what I like to do. Okay. Remove this. And last but certainly not least, the Maverick Trender. Maverick Trender, when this line is pegged to the top and it's giving you this label, look, it was pegged to the top all the way back here. It was giving you this downtrend label. Again, what are we doing here? We are stacking probability in our favor. Okay, we're stacking probability. This is the whole thing. If it walks like a duck, it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Okay, when you have hot pink candles, when you have an A+ setup to the downside on the Ultimate Trading Assistant, the Maverick Radar, when it's going through our entire checklist and saying, hey buddy, you have an A+ setup to the downside. Hey buddy, you got hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. When all 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames, okay, when you have a downtrend label on your ultimate on your Maverick Trender, and then when your bear bull indicator is just saying, look, the bears are in control, you're just coming down, we're stacking probability. We're stacking probability in our favor and to win that trade, right? Okay, and then we risk very little, very little for a larger reward. And that's it. There's our $1,000 day. Okay, there's our, well, whatever it was, $1,065. Okay, 1,000. We just did $1,065 for the day. And I ain't done. I'm gonna be trading the open. Okay, I'm gonna be trading the open. So listen, if you want edge in the market, if you want clear vision, if you want something like the Ultimate Trading Assistant serving up A+ setups, if you want to trade with 5 other traders, all with a different style, what if I put you in the room with 5 other traders? You think you get a little bit more confidence in taking your trades? If you know what the trend is, okay, if you know who's winning the match, the bears or the bulls, come check us out. All right, not financial advice, do your own research, never any guarantees in any market. And I'll put the link for the Ultimate Edge Bundle, which comes with all these indicators except for the Maverick Zones. That's its own thing. I'll put that link that auto draws your support and resistance zones and then gives you scoring as you get closer to the zone on if price is going to break it or hold, or the probability score is what we like to call it. All right. All right, cool, guys. Listen, come check us out. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Never any guarantees in any market, of course. We know somebody can tweet something at any time, but man, these tools are powerful. All right. If you want edge, we'd love to help you out. Come check us out. MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.